What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. About a year and a half ago is when I made my first video talking about Tissot PRX. It was quite new at the time and I've never had any interaction with the watch, never tried it on my wrist, never even seen it in real life. I just decided to give my opinion about the watch simply based on the pictures I've seen, specs, some videos online, maybe other people's reviews, and I had a pretty good opinion about the watch. I had very high hopes for when I see it in person. The specs were just phenomenal for the price point, and I remember that at the end of the video I told you guys that if you're on the market for a watch under $1,000 that you want it from a brand that is, respected and Swiss manufacturer, it just ticks a lot of boxes such as sapphire crystal, blah blah blah, great power reserve. I said that you should go ahead and get the PRX. A year and a half later, I decided to take my own advice and I pulled the trigger. So I got the watch. Now I must go back to the bracelet. This is the number one thing that totally, absolutely impressed me about the watch, and that is the integrated bracelet. That is something I did not expect from Tissot. From a brand like Tissot, I did not expect anything close to that, and Tissot is saying that this is authentic 70s vibes. I think that is true, and I think that is very cool. We know some of the watches that were built were made in the 70s or made their first debut in the 70s. We know how they look and we totally know where this watch is getting inspired from, Royal Oak. I totally understand that, but Tissot doesn't consider it that way. Tissot does not say that they've got inspired from the Royal Oak, although the waffle dial would say otherwise, but it's just giving that 70s vibe. So if you're into anything older, then this watch is the one. A few other things about the watch is a stainless steel case, stainless steel bracelet with quick release function. That is another thing that I keep talking in my videos, how incredibly important it is for a watch to have a quick release bracelet or strap, because it just makes our life so much easier as a consumer. We buy these watches and a lot of the time, no matter how much we love them, sometimes you just want the watch on a leather strap because apparently you have an event and you have to be in a suit or whatever, whatnot. Or maybe you're going to the mountains and you want a rubber strap so you can bang it and scratch it and just kick the living shit out of it. So with that being said, our life is a lot easier if we have a quick release bracelet and we can just do it all at home. And for that reason as well, we don't have to turn to a different watch, to a different brand, because as watch enthusiasts, we have multiple watches, and although I love my Tour Royale so much, the time when I want a rubber strap, when I want a native strap, I just can't do nothing about it. This watch comes on steel and I cannot change it. I can't do it myself, and this watch is a little complicated because it has its own the way the bracelet is connected to the watch, but Tissot PRX is built different. Tissot has decided to give us a quick release and also a strap, a rubber strap, and you can buy those online as well and just change them at home. And I think that is truly phenomenal, considering again the price point. The watch comes with 100 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal in the front, sapphire crystal in the back, because this watch has an open case back for you to see the beautiful and simple movement. Date complication located at 3 o'clock, very easy to read. Down at 6 o'clock, you're seeing the PRX, it's the PRX model, Powermatic 80. Powermatic 80 stands for 80 hours of power reserve. Now guys, let me tell you, 80 hours of power reserve is impressive. Again, not only for the price point, but is impressive across the watch industry, because most watches will do 40 hours of power reserve or something around that. My Tour Royale has under 40 hours of power reserve, which I think is absolute fucking garbage because it do not stay 2 days on. It will stop and then I have to adjust it again. I've had a lot of experience with my Longines Hydro Conquest where it has 72 hours of power reserve. Makes life a lot easier. I could set the watch down for a day, 2, up to 3, have different watches wear it between those days, and then I go back to my Longines watch and it's still on, so I don't have to go through the hustle of adjusting it again. Tissot PRX is truly impressive with 80 hours of power reserve. Now, if you don't want to go through the hustle of ever adjusting your watch, you can get this watch with a quartz movement. Quartz movement obviously is a watch run by a battery that will last 2 years or so. You will never have to adjust the watch, the date, the time, none of that nonsense. So if that is something that you would prefer more, then they also have that option. The other difference between the quartz and automatic is actually the dial. The dial on the automatic is, I think, much better, much more beautiful, and that is a waffle dial. Comes in a matte-ish, it doesn't shine much, and it comes in a variety of colors, just like the quartz. But the quartz is just a simple dial. It's very shiny as well, which is something that I do not really like in my dials. But if that is something that you prefer, you could easily go for it. One of the coolest things about the PRX is also the variety of colors that Tissot is giving us. Starting from black, from royal blue, like a dark navy, to dark green, to Tiffany blue, and champagne color, two-tone as well. Two-tone is obviously way more expensive because it's got some gold or gold polish, I'm not too sure. You have so many options in this watch, starting from, you know, different color dials, from different case materials, from different straps as well, if you want it on a leather strap, if you want it on a rubber strap, if you want it on a bracelet. When I think that these options are insanely amazing. It's one model, but you can make it look like a ton of different other watches, and you can make it just go well for every event you have, for any outfit, for anything you do. This watch just works perfect. It's elegant and sporty enough that it just combines the best of the both worlds, and that is why I think the 70s was the era for the watches, where obviously we understand that most big brands or most big models such as Nautilus, Overseas, Royal Oak just come from the 70s. I just think they've nailed everything about the design and practicality and just all of that combined in one. And that is what I like about the Tissot PRX. Now, when we're talking about the price, Tissot PRX retails currently on Tissot's website for $675 US. If you want to go with a cheaper version, or if you want to go with the quartz version, that is much cheaper and it retails at around $390, which I think is great price. Not only that you're getting a respected brand that has been out there for a very long time, Swiss manufacturer, you're getting sapphire crystal, you're getting lots of power reserve, you're getting just a very unique watch. Sorry, my mistake, I was looking at a different Tissot watch that is $395. The Tissot PRX quartz is $475 US on the Tissot website. So none of these prices really break the bank. Thank you so much for watching. If you agree with me, drop me a like. If you don't agree with me, or if you have the watch, if you're thinking, if you have any other questions about the watch, drop them in the comments down below. I will make sure to answer. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video.